Shalom, shalom. I'm Ayash Tazabaya Dani Allah, and I'm here with
Malak Yashai, how Hashem Yashai Barakatah.
Shalom, Malak, Yahweh Yasher Barakatah.
everyone out there. So we're back with another Scripture Sunday class. This is still staying on the book of Ecclesiastes. We're going to be getting chapters 7 through 9. We hope you guys have been enjoying it. This has been a series for Ecclesiastes. So before we go and get started, I want to give all praises and glory to the Most High. Give a salute to everyone out there, to the nation, to our congregation. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of one's birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better to hear the rebuke of the wise than for a man to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of the fool. This also is vanity. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof, and the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry, for anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Say not thou, what is the cause of the former days were better than these? For thou dost not inquire wisely concerning this. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, and money is the defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Consider the work of God, for who can make that straight which he hath made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, but in the day of adversity consider. God also hath set the one over against the other, to the end that man should find nothing after him. All things have I seen in the days of my vanity. There is a just man that perisheth in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man that prolongeth his life in his wickedness. Be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? Be not over much wicked, neither be thy foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? It is good that thou shouldest take hold to this. It's like a hold of this. Yea, also from this withdraw not thine hand, for he that feareth God shall come forth of them all. Wisdom strengtheneth the wise more than 10 mighty men which are in the city. For there is not a just man upon earth that doeth good and sinneth not. Also take no heed unto all words that are spoken, lest thou hear thy servant curse thee. For over times also thine own heart knoweth that thou thyself likewise hast cursed others. All this have I proved by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which is far off and exceedingly deep, who can find out? I applied my heart to know, and to search, and to seek out wisdom, the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. Behold, this have I found, saith the preacher, counting one by one, to find out the account, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but one woman among all those have I not found. Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions.
That was it on that one.
Khan, Koholov. There was a lot of fires. There's a lot of fire scriptures that already stick out to me. I think we're gonna go verses 16 and 17. Verses 16 and 17. It says, be not righteous over much, neither make thyself over wise. Why shouldst thou destroy thyself? Can you see, go down to verse 17, please? Be not over much wicked, neither be thou foolish. Why shouldest thou die before thy time? And so these two stood out to me because in verse 16 it says, be not over righteous much, neither make thyself over wise. And it tells you why. Why shouldest thou destroy thyself? It's called because the wicked are going to see you being righteous. They're going to see you being set apart. They're obviously going to hate on you. They're going to hate on you. And they're called in verse 17, it says, be not over wicked much, neither be thou foolish. Now, we all know we don't want to be wicked at all. Neither be thy foolish. It's telling you to examine yourself?
I just brought out that scripture, Ecclesiastes 7:5 earlier, and it popped up. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, and verse 1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. I counsel thee to keep the king's commandment, in that in regard of the oath of God, be not hasty to go out of his sight, stand not in an evil thing, for he doeth whatsoever pleaseth him. Where the word of a king is, there is power, and who may say unto him, what doest thou? Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing. And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment, because to every purpose there is time and judgment. Therefore the misery of man is great upon him, for he knoweth not that which shall be. For who can tell him when it shall be? There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death. And there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. All this have I seen, and applied my heart unto every work that is done under the sun. There is a time wherein one man ruleth over another to his own hurt. And so I saw the wicked buried, who had come and gone from the place of the holy, and they were forgotten in the city where they had so done. This is also vanity, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feared not before God. There is a vanity which is done upon the earth, that there be just men, unto whom it happeneth according to the work of the wicked. Again, there be wicked men, to whom it happeneth according to the work of the righteous. I said that this is also vanity. Then I commanded mirth, because a man hath no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink, and to be merry, for that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life, which God giveth him under the sun. I applied mine heart to know wisdom, and to see the business that is done upon the earth, for also there is that neither day nor night seeth sleep with his eyes. Then I beheld all the work of God, that a man cannot find out the work that is done under the sun, because though a man labor to seek it out, yet he shall not find it. Yea, further, though a wise man think to know it, yet shall he not be able to find it. So what stood out to me was verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, which fear before him. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about a sinner. So if you're a sinner living in folly, you could get destroyed. But if you honor and obey the Lord by keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments, so make sure you obey him by keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Those are the most important things than anything else. And examine yourself.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 1. For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. No man knoweth either love or hatred by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth, and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner. And he that sweareth, as he that feareth an oath. This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all. Yeah, also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live. And after that they go to the dead. For to him that is joined to all the living there is hope. For a living dog is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished. Neither have they any more a portion forever in anything that is done under the sun. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart, for God now accepteth thy works. Let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment. Live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of the life of thy vanity, which he hath given thee under the sun, all the days of thy vanity, for that is thy portion in this life, and in thy labor which thou takest under the sun. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. I returned and saw under the sun that the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong, neither yet bread to the wise, nor yet riches to men of understanding, nor yet favor to men of skill, but time and chance happeneth to them all. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare. So are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them. This wisdom have I seen also under the sun, and it seemed great unto me. There was a little city, and few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city. Yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard in quiet, more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Call law. So, what stood out to me, we're going to get beginning, Malak Enoch. If you could go to verse 4. What I'll say is this specific chapter speaking straight to the men, son of men, God, son of men. Like, for example, me, Enoch, Yeshaya, we're all men that have to, we're all different ages that have to be righteous in our walk. You know, young, old. Enoch's the youngest here, so he is getting this word at a very young age. And it was talking about when you're alone, what you have to do. It just keeps speaking on it. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything mentally. Just walking around, but you don't know too much about what's actually happening, what's to come. What's your purpose? This is all what stood out to me right here. Go thy way, eat thy bread with joy, and drink thy wine with a merry heart. For God now accepteth thy works. So look, when you turn away, so like, for example, all of us, when we had that moment of we stepped into the commandments and never looked back, that's this right here. Let thy garments be always white. You know, we put on, we brought it out in a class, Enoch, recently, but the garments of salvation. That's speaking more of when you come into the truth, you're putting that on you spiritually all the time. Basically, you're being protected by the Lord. So let thy garments be always white, and let thy head lack no ointment.
God is your defense. If you obey him, he's going to be your defense.
Right.
We're gonna have more favor in the Lord's eyes for if we stay loyal to Him and do what He asks of us. If we do that, if we do that, we'll have way more favor and we'll live a long life. I believe Enoch talked a little bit about it in verse 8.
But first, start off with giving all praises and glory for another blessed Scripture Sunday class. That chapter 9 right there to close it out was very mighty. So many ways to look at it and you know, take from it. There's even more. We didn't even cover it all. I just brought out the scriptures and points that stood out to me the most, but there's so much more in there. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. Malak, just give a salute and say Yahweh, Shah, Barak. And say shalom to everyone out there. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Say shalom.